Use the Too Faced Peach. Why can I never say this? For highlighters, like, do you see how dewy I am? Even like my chest is dewy. Look at this pimple that I don't know if you guys can even see it. Pop to lash it. So yes, I look wild because I primed my eyes with concealer and I used a little bit of white, and then there was just like harsh white right here. I already curled my hair, like I did some like loose waves. By the way, my earrings are from Brendolyn and Cora, which is my online boutique. I'll leave them and our website linked down below just in case anybody ends up asking. So since so many of you guys were super into my idea of doing like 1 month, 1 palette, I figured I would go ahead and do it with the Riviera palette, because this was the palette that kind of started the whole situation. Just because we buy so many eyeshadow palettes and so much makeup and so much that it's like we get something, we'll use it 2 or 3 times, and then we're on to what the next thing is. So I figured it would be nice to try to get as many looks as I possibly could out of this palette within a month. Not saying that I'm gonna do a makeup look every single day, but every single time I do an eyeshadow look, I figured I'd use this and I could film it. I actually have to go to work at 3 and it's 12:49, so I have a little bit of time to be able to play with it. So I figured I would just do something with it. And the first look that I did with this palette was actually really neutral. I used like all these colors, this color and the brown. I'll leave that video linked down below so you guys can check it out. So I kind of think I want to do something matte and colorful. So I don't know, I think I might do either the pinks or I might do the pinks with this purple. So since my eyes are already primed, we're just gonna go right into it. And I'm gonna pick up the shade Monte Carlo first, which is this really, really pretty pink. Let me zoom you guys in. And I'm just taking this fluffy brush, it's a Morphe R37, and I'm just taking a little bit of this color and I'm starting to work it in the crease. I think I want to keep this look, like I said, all matte, like completely matte, and I want it to be really vibrant. The last look that I did, I loved it so much. I have already done that actual makeup look like 3 more times since I did it, and it was with this color Yacht on the lid. And I don't know what it is about this color. I think because it's not like a really reddish or like coppery, like bronzy color, it's very neutral. I loved it so much. So I ended up doing that makeup look a few times because I was like, oh my god, I really like how this looked, and the fact that it was done with this palette was just really, really cool. So this time I'm thinking, why not just play with some color? I think for next month I'm gonna do the Shayla palette, which I have already used and I already did a video on. I'll leave it linked down below, but I think that's gonna be my next palette. And then I'm just gonna go through all the palettes in my collection and just use as many colors as I can for as many different looks as I can. I'm really glad you guys are into that idea because I just kept thinking about how I have so many eyeshadow palettes and I have so much makeup and I just don't use it all because I'm so stuck on new, and I'm sure that's how everybody is. Like, we're so pressured into everything being new and everything, like, we only have one face and we can only use so much makeup before it starts going bad and expiring. And I'm sure I'm not the only person that has so many palettes that they even forget that they have them. Like, I'm sure you guys have palettes that you're like, holy crap, I forgot I even had this. So I really just want to try using everything that I have. And this is like truly a get ready with me because I'm like in my robe. I just got out of the shower. I was like, let me do my hair. I was listening to my church's podcast, which if you're interested, I'll leave it linked down below. I link it a lot on Instagram and so many people tell me that they listen to it and they love it and like, thank you for recommending it, and that makes me super happy. Just that you guys can listen to something positive and it like makes an impact. I'm next gonna go in with the color Bahamas, which is the really vibrant pink in the palette. I feel like this is like the showstopper of the palette. I'm gonna just start working it into my eyes. I picked it up with like a more dense brush because I want this color to be really intense. I'm trying to figure out if I want to put this all over my lid or I think I do. Okay, we're just gonna take this and just press it all over the lid. And I'm using that same brush that I used to start blending it in the crease, just because I always feel like matte colors just work better with like fluffy brushes or like not packing brushes because they're so much different. They're just way different eyeshadows than like a super metallic or a foiled color. just working this color up. I feel like this like goes really well with the neon trend that's going on right now, which I am all about it. I think it's so fun and just so different than like the typical cut crease with bronze and rose gold and all that. So I love it. I wish this had like more neon colors in it so I could play, but I just took more of that Monte Carlo color, the lighter pink, and I'm just blending it upwards just to blend out the really intense neon pink. So I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. Yeah, I was thinking about like what palettes I'm excited to use for this, I guess, series that I want to do. And I really want to use my Kathleen Lights Dream Street palette. You guys know that palette is like my most used palette. I use that palette so much, and I saw somebody actually requested me to use the Soft Glam palette, and I wish I could, but that palette is actually in my kit for my clients, so I don't want to like cross use. Like I try not to use anything from my personal stash in my kit and nothing from my kit into my personal stash. Taking more of the Monte Carlo color and just blending it in there. I wish I had a brow bone color, and there's only like bright white, and I don't like how bright white looks on the brow bone. If I'm gonna be honest, I just prefer something more of like a cream. I'm gonna try to use the color Estate. Maybe I can mix a little bit of Estate and a little bit of the white. The white is called Sales. So I'm just going to, see, like I don't like bright white on the brow bone, but we're gonna keep blending, and once it's blended it'll work fine. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. And I'm gonna take more of Estate and Sales, so I'm literally just mixing those two, and we're gonna press it on this eye. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and line my eyes. I'm only gonna do a line. I don't wanna do a wing, just because I don't want like a sharp edge to it. I want it to be kind of round. So I'm going to line my eyes with my Benefit roller liner. I'm gonna go ahead and put on mascara, pop on some lashes, and then I'll be back and we'll go ahead and finish the rest of the face. All right, so we got some lashes on, and I feel like I apologize in every video for like looking at the viewfinder, but I'm looking in the viewfinder because I want to make sure that I'm in focus because my camera be playing me. So the lashes are on, and these are actually some Morphe lashes that I bought at the Morphe store, and they're called like Hollywood something. They were like $3 and I really like them. They give your eye enough definition without covering your eyeshadow look, as if this isn't intense enough to be covered, but you know, whatever. For primer, I'm going to go ahead and use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. This is a primer and moisturizer in one. You guys already know how I feel about this primer. It is my absolute favorite. If you feel like you suffer from your foundation being really cakey, it looks really like super matte and you don't want it to, try that primer. I'm telling you, at least get a sample. It's amazing, and it makes your skin look just so dewy and glowy and fresh and nice. For foundation, I'm going to go in with the Sheer Glow foundation from NARS, and this is in the shade Barbados. This foundation matches my neck and chin really well, but you will see that it's a little bit lighter than my face, so I'm just going to really bronze to make sure that I can match it. So like it matches here really well, but once I put it on my forehead, it's a lot lighter than my forehead. But I kind of feel like just doing something not super natural. Like this is a buildable foundation, but it's definitely more sheer than like a regular like full coverage foundation, but that's because it's not full coverage. What am I even saying? I don't know. You see, like once I put it on my forehead, it's a little bit light, but once I put bronzer and all that on, it'll work well. I'm going to go ahead and blend this in with my beauty sponge. This is my beauty blender. This is a foundation that I recommend to so many people when they want a really natural looking foundation at Sephora. Something that doesn't look too much like makeup, but definitely gives your skin like some evening out. smoothness, just helps out like blend color overall. Like it just really evens you out. Like, so you can see this here blends, but my forehead is way darker than my neck. But there's nothing bronzer won't fix. I recommend this constantly to clients that come into Sephora and need help finding a foundation. They want something that looks natural, but you know, still a foundation. And I recommend this to them all the time. This is something that's definitely buildable if you want something that has a little bit more coverage. It covers everything, but it doesn't cover to the point that it looks like you have a cake on your face. I'm going in with the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I've been loving this, and this is in the shade Medium Beige. I'm not going to put too much because this concealer is no joke. But I do want to make sure I get these inner corners, because a lot of the times if you skip out on that inner corner of your eye, it brings a lot of darkness right there. So I always like to make sure I really, really get that inner corner. I'm just blending. I don't know why I am like breaking out like crazy, and I'm not using like really anything new. I don't know, it's probably just that time of the month. I'm so used to calling it Sally. Like when I was younger, my older sisters and my mom used to, like when their period dropped or like when their period was here for the month, they'd say Sally's here, just to like not straight up say like I just got my period. But I'm so used to saying like, oh, Sally's here, Sally came, that I forget that not everybody knows who Sally is. The Too Faced Peach Perfect Mattifying Loose Setting Powder. I've been really, really, really enjoying this. This might be in my favorites. I know it's still the very like beginning of the month. This might be in my favorites. It just makes your under eye and wherever you put it, like if you're using this on your face, it makes you look so freaking smooth, like wherever you place it. So you guys know I don't bake. I just like press the powder in with my sponge. Now for powder, I'm going to use my Sephora Collection powder. Are you guys bored that I use this powder literally every single video? I just don't care to use anything else, to be honest. Like I love this powder so much. It is my ride or die. Nobody will ever be able to say that I like falsely promote this product, because I love it so much. I use it on all of my clients, literally every single client. I don't care who it is. Oily, dry, normal, old, young. I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty bronzer, and this is in the color Private Island. I like this bronzer a lot. I kind of wish I had a darker color, but it's okay. And I'm using my Morphe stippling brush. This is the M406. I love using this for bronzer. And once you put bronzer on, it kind of helps give the color back to your skin. Like I look super flat here, and then here I actually have some dimension going on. One thing I do like about these I like a lot about these bronzers. They are extremely smooth. They don't look like you have powder on your face, which is always a plus. I love the undertones in them. Like they have beautiful undertones for all skin types, and they're matte, so they work really well to contour, to bronze. They work well for all of that. For blush, I'm going to use the Shayla and ColourPop Under Construction blush in the shade Construct. Beautiful, beautiful blush. I just used this blush for the first time yesterday, and I just love the color because it's pink, but it's kind of bronzy at the same time. I don't know how to describe it, but it's beautiful. Like I really, really like it. I feel a little bit matte, so I'm going to spray my face really quick with the Milani Make It Dewy setting spray. Just shaking it really quick so that everything mixes together. But this makes you dewy. Like this is not like, oh yeah, it looks, no, like you're dewy. Like if you want to be dewy, this is it. For highlighter today, I'm going to use my Dose of Colors Desi X Katy highlighter in the shade Mirame. This is both of the highlighters that they came out with are absolute perfection. Like they are so nice, so glowy, just so good. I'm not going to put any highlight here because I don't want to intensify that stupid pimple that I have there. And I'm not going to highlight my upper lip because that will also intensify it. Okay, now we're going to go back and we're going to finish the eyes, and I'm going to take the color Monte Carlo. I'll probably only use that color, and I'm just going to use that to work on my lower lash line. and combine that outer corner with the bottom. Normally I have like neutral colors or just wing liner and lashes. Today we're going for it. So I'm gonna take the same brush I used for it. I'm tapping very lightly into it and just placing that. Now for my inner corners, I think I'm just gonna use the white. Like, should I just use the white and keep this all matte? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna use the white. And just place that right in there to really brighten that inner corner. Like that. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. I have a lip color that is this exact color of my eyes. We all know, would it be me if I didn't do a nude? And I'm actually gonna use the ColourPop and Shayla BFF 3 Lippy Pencil. Beautiful lip pencils. Beautiful collection, period. And on top, I'm just gonna use the Quickie lipstick from ColourPop as well. Alright guys, so that completes this video. This is very intense, but I like it. It's fun, it's different. I don't normally do looks like this, so I am into it. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If there's a color you guys want me to use in this, let me know so I can get my like looks going. I think I'm gonna do one video a week if I can. Hopefully I have time. But yeah, subscribe if you guys haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.